Welcome to the Friday Fenix, the only news show in the world, except for all the other ones. The Supreme Court has given Alabama the go-ahead to gerrymander their little hearts out. Just a quick question from my producer. Hey Janet, which state ranks 47th out of 50 for education, 49th for life expectancy, and 5th for most poverty? Oh, it is Alabama. Okay, then let's definitely do whatever they're doing because it seems to be working great. Joe Manchin endorsed Republican Lisa Murkowski in a show of bipartisanship. Manchin is happy to support candidates from any party as long as they don't want him to pass legislation that might benefit society. Trump is blaming Pelosi for January 6, saying she should have called in the National Guard in advance, per his recommendation. So let me see if I've got this straight. The January 6th riot was just legitimate political discourse and not violent at all, but Donald Trump recommended bringing in the National Guard in advance to, I guess, soak up all the peacefulness? Sounds logical to me. In other contortions of logic news, noted wingnut Marjorie Taylor Greene accused Nancy Pelosi of running a gazpacho police. Freeze! You have the right to chill in a tomato or watermelon-based fashion. Anything you say can be deemed refreshing in summertime. You have the right to wear wide-legged pants. Oh, sorry, that one's actually the gaucho police. Spotify's CEO addressed his employees over the Joe Rogan controversy, saying, I want to make clear that Joe Rogan saying the N-word with such alarming frequency does not represent the values of this company. He then rolled around on his bed of money and continued not doing anything about it. Many teachers are leaving the profession, and there aren't enough new ones coming in to replace them. Come on, teachers, what's so stressful about being in a room full of children all day? Oh, right, everything. In a related story, Iowa Republicans are calling for cameras to be installed in classrooms to monitor teachers. I am loving this idea, and I'm wondering, what else could we do to make teachers crack like an egg in an omelet bar? Could we make them wear funny hats? Could we require them to say the Pledge of Allegiance once an hour? I don't know, brainstorm some more ideas and get back to us, but great work so far. A woman told police that SpongeBob told her to kill her 3-year-old daughter. Come on, SpongeBob would never say something like that. Now Squidward, he definitely would. Maybe Plankton, possibly Mr. Krabs, but my top suspect is Gary. It's always the quiet ones. Over in the UK, Prime Minister Boris Johnson is still under fire for Partygate. He used a Lion King quote to defend himself, but we think there's one from Alice in Wonderland that works better. If you don't think, then you shouldn't talk. But how bad were these parties really? Well, the Friday Phoenix has just received some footage. Let's take a look. Seems pretty tame to me. Also in the UK, a 1,000-year-old pub is closing its doors. Finally, the thankless work of the St. Albans temperance movement of 792 AD has been completed. In corporate overlord news, Peloton fired 2,800 employees but gave them a free year-long subscription to the service as a parting gift. Starbucks also fired employees who were union organizers, and for their parting gift, they received a severed horse head in their beds. Amazon has raised their salary cap to $350,000 and their daily bathroom break cap to 0.5. Now that Omicron is settling down, many businesses are looking to get back into the office. But if you're used to being at home, how do you even act in an office now? We've got HR Hannah here to help answer some questions.
Thanks for having me, Andrea. I'm happy to help.
So let's start with an easy one. Can I wear my fuzzy cupcake jammy pants to the office?
Good question. No. Though some pants or fabric to cover those nether regions would be an improvement.
Okay, got it. Now, if I'm in a meeting with my coworkers, can I still fart during the meeting if I mute myself?
Legally, I can't tell you to suppress a bodily function. Personally, I don't recommend it, especially because amongst the real people, there's no mute button for farting. As an alternative, maybe you could set up a farting scheduler, go out to your car. There's so many options.
One more question about meetings. Can I turn my camera off and play Wordle if the meeting gets too long and boring?
Oh, no. Again, in the real world, there's no camera, just other people you have to talk to and interact with.
What if I pretend to pay attention, but then I just sneak glances at my phone off camera?
No. I should also mention, we saw you doing that on Zoom before. You weren't fooling anybody, sweetie.
Okay, so what I'm hearing you say is that returning to the office is going to suck ass?
Oh, no, I wouldn't say that out loud.
Okay, great. Thanks for joining us, HR Hannah, and good luck with those conference room farts. Turning now to science news, where a new study shows that sleeping more could lead to weight loss. For best results, put away your blue light devices 45 minutes before bedtime, lower the temperature, avoid spicy foods and alcohol, get a weighted blanket, don't forget to take your melatonin, and turn on your white noise machine. I feel skinnier already. A rogue black hole has been spotted loitering around space about 5,000 light years from Earth. White astronomers immediately called 911 and locked their car doors. A tribunal ruled that a Virgin Airlines captain was wrongfully terminated after being accused of joining the Mile High Club with a flight attendant. The flight started out as Virgin Air, but 30 minutes later, the virginity in that air took a steep nosedive. And now for some sports news, where a PGA Tour radio host was fired for saying he'd rather shoot himself than watch women's basketball. And I can completely relate. Every time someone yells, "Get in the hole!" at a golf tournament, I want to burn them alive in a volcano. And finally tonight, I know you're all dying to hear my take on who's going to win the Super Bowl. I mean, if there's one thing I'm definitely known for, it's my enthusiasm for sports. So, here's my professional opinion. On one hand, a Bengal tiger could eat the average ram with no problem, but on the other hand, Los Angeles clearly dominates Cincinnati in fashion. I think whichever team can put the most points on the board is going to come out on top. I will be watching the Puppy Bowl. That wraps up this week's episode of the Friday Fenix. Join us next week because there's always more news to peruse.
Your efforts are valid, but I don't think the step up is a challenge. Your efforts are valid, but I don't think the step up is a challenge.